Hello, and let's take a look at our Chapter 9 homework solution video. We'll look at a couple of different problems out of the Chapter 9 homework. Okay, so what the first problem focus on is the percentage change. Compute the percentage change for the income statement component between the 2 years. Negative amount should be indicated by a minus sign. Round your answer to one decimal place. For example, if it's 0.234, it should be written as 23.4%. Okay, so let's begin with our sales. You're comparing sales from year 2 against year 3. So the increase in sales, it went from 1,004,000 to 1,296,000. So year 2 is your base year. So subtract your year 2 sales from your year 3 sales, an increase of 292,000. Now take that 292,000 and divide that by the base years, which is year 2, the 1,004,000. And that give us an increase of 29.08, but we round it to the nearest decimal. That should be written as 29.1%. So that should be written as 29.1%. For your cost of goods sold, take the 797,040 minus the 602,400, a difference of $194,640. So take that 194,640 and divide that by the base year, which is 602,400. 194,6, clear my calculator, 194,640 divided by the base year is 602,400. That give you 0.3231, which is going to be 32.3% rounded to one decimal. All right. And now remember that if the numbers increase, you would show it as a positive. If anything decrease, it would be shown as a negative. For our gross margin, you got the 498,960 minus 401,600, a difference of $97,360. So 97,360 divided by 401,600, and that would give us 0.2424, which is 24.2, rounded to the nearest decimal. For the operating expenses, you're taking 303,500 minus 197,500, a difference of $106,000. Take the $106,000, divide that by the base year, year 2, of 197,500. That'll give you 0.5367, which is 53.7 rounded to one decimal. So if the number behind, so you got 53.67. If the number behind the first decimal is 5 or higher, you round up. So 53.67 becomes 53.7%. All right. Now for year 2, notice that the income before taxes actually, I'm sorry, it went down. It was 204,100. Now is 195,460. So now we're going to still take the 204,100 and this time minus the 195,460. a difference of 8,640. Now take that 8,640 divided by the base year, year 2, 204, 100, and that'll give you 0.0423, which is going to be 4.2% decrease, but that's a negative number, so it's going to be a negative 4.2% decrease in the income before taxes. And then for the income taxes, again, the income taxes also went down, which makes sense. I'm sorry, the income taxes actually went up, although the income before taxes decreased, which would mean that the income tax percent must have increased. So now we'll take the 61,200 minus 53,000, and that gives you 8,200. So we'll take the 8,200 divided by the base year of 53,000, and that would give us 0.1547, which is going to be 15.47, which would be 15.5% rounded to the nearest decimal. Okay? And then for our net income decrease, it was 151, 100 minus 134260, a decline of $16,840. So to take the 16,840, divide that by the 151, 100, and that'll give us 0.1114, which would be 11.1%, round to the nearest decimal. I want to go back to my income before taxes because I think my decimal was in the wrong spot. So again, it was 204, 100 minus the 195, 460, which gave us 8,640. 8640 divided by the 204, 100 gave us 0.0423, which when I change that to that 0.0423, when I change that to a decimal, yep, that's going to be right. It's going to be that 4.2, but that's going to be a negative. Okay, so let's check our work. Uh-oh, everything was good except for the last one. So let's return back to the question and let's redo the one for the net income. Oh, you know what? See, an error that should have been a negative because it decreased. Teaching moment, that should have been a negative 11.1% because the net income decreased. So now we check our work. Everything is accurate. Okay? So that particular one just shows the difference between year 1% to the next percent. So when you go into some of these other problems, you're going to be doing some more percentages as well as calculating some of the different ratios for your Chapter 9 homework. So be sure to review the Chapter 9 video lecture where you'll see samples of doing these type of problems and review this problem as well to help out with your Chapter 9 home assignment. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.